Hello, everyone. I'm Jose. I'm a recent graduate from Florida International University with a BS in computer science.
Hi, my name is David. I'm a current student at Florida International University, a junior, and I'm also studying computer science.
So, for this hackathon, we decided to tackle the problem of AI agents. Currently, the popular way of building AI agents is through LLMs like ChatGPT and taking leverage of APIs and using ChatGPT as a more intelligent way to do your inputs and outputs through said APIs. And you have seen many use cases for this, like in the GPT store and the plugins, where you have Expedia plugins that book flights for you. However, what we have decided to do is to remove this crutch and allow agents to interact with the web the same way humans can. So, David, if you would like to tell us more
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, it's like basically like Jose was saying, you have to predict tokens to use basically an API that map to an API call. But what happens when you don't have access to an API? Like most things on the internet, not all companies have an API for YouTube or whatever service you might want to use. So what we decided to do was actually you train the model or have a model that can work through interfaces, the UI, like a human would, right? So instead of needing to train your models to specific services, now with one model, you could navigate through the web and do all sorts of tasks that otherwise, again, you would have to be trained to do. And kind of the inspiration is that once you abstract this with a simple sentence, you can describe the task you want to do, and this model can go on the internet and do those tasks. So yeah.
So, I'll give a quick concrete example that I think that many of us can relate to, and this is, of course, being on Twitter. So let's say that you are here on Twitter and you just want to tell your model, like, hey, go post a tweet for me. So what our model can do is recognize the action that you want to take, and it knows that it has to click this post button right here. So if I show you on the API side how this looks like, or at least on what we built, you pass it in. This is a base64 encoding of the web browser that the user is currently looking at. And what it outputs is the coordinate points for where to click on the screen. So this actually correlates to the Twitter post button. And we can verify that for you through the base64 encoded image of this post button, which is also returned by the model. And if I go over here to this base64, as you can see, I was running it earlier, but if you run this and you decode it, you can see that the model understands that it has to click that button. And this is not just the case for Twitter. You can do this for any website. You could do this for Airbnb. You could do this for Expedia. You could do this for anything. So what we have essentially done is made a scalable way to interact with the entire internet.
Yeah. And then just to talk a little bit about our limitations with the project. Uh, First thing is compute. We ran the model before the video because of how long it takes to run the model. And then second thing, we didn't really implement the chaining of events, which is something that we've thought about with decision transformers, but because of the lack of data, we can't really do under 36 hours. But the idea is really promising, and the fact that you know if we recall this API that we made over and over again on different screens that the model has found, then you're going to start to see that kind of chain of events happen. But yeah, there's a lot of implications with the idea of a predicting actions.
I would like to emphasize the point that this is just something that two students made in under 36 hours and with off-the-shelf scrap metal, just open source libraries and trying to hook everything up together. What we plan to do is keep on working on this even post hackathon, where we're going to leverage the power of new architectures like decision transformers, so that instead of getting a sequence of tokens, we get a sequence of actions, and the model can grow in power, and that it can do more and more complex tasks for the user. And hopefully what we envision is a future in which we have truly an AI agent that can assist us with anything that we want. Thank you.